This comes as we're closely watching yet another country that Trump is now threatening, Iran. There's video here on the screen of anti-government protests today. What you're looking at are the protests themselves. There were gas canisters thrown. Protesters were clashing with security forces. Trump threatening that the U.S., in his words, is locked and loaded if Iran kills protesters. Rights groups saying at least 29 people have been killed since protests began last week over economic fears. Out front now, retired four-star General Joseph Footel, commander of U.S. Central Command during Trump's first term. And General, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to speak with you again. President Trump has warned Iran, and I'll read the full quote, "We are locked and loaded and ready to go if Iran kills protesters." Now, as of tonight, General, human rights groups say that 29 protesters are dead. So what do you think happens here?
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. It's great to be with you again. Well, I think the president certainly is using the informational element of national power here to send a message to the Iranian people and to the Iranian regime. And I think that is what he is definitely focused on. He's trying to send a message of support to the protesters and a message of warning to the regime. There are a wide variety of options that the United States could consider here. I don't know what the specific threshold is that the administration has in mind for deaths on the ground, but again, there are a variety of different options, everything from deploying to reestablish posture and deterrence to actually conducting strikes, to providing support for opposition elements, to sharing intelligence with some of our partners, or conducting maybe cyber or covert operations to make things more difficult for the regime. So there's lots of options that the president has, and I think right now we're using the informational element of power here to put a lot of pressure on the regime.
And I know, General, you're laying out a lot of options that make a lot of sense. Of course, we're in a world that's very shaken now by what just happened to Maduro. And obviously during the operation last summer, when Israel had said they could take out the supreme leader, they didn't. But then, he was hiding in the bunker, right? You got to now put on the table of, has the whole game changed? Has the red lines moved? Could something happen here of taking out the supreme leader or taking out the president of Iran? I mean, do you think such a thing is on the table for the president?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what all of the options are, but certainly I think going after key leaders would probably be something that at least would be discussed in a wide variety of military options. I think the one thing that I think is important for people to appreciate is that while we've just seen a stunning military operation down in Caracas by our special operations forces, expertly executed and with a high degree of precision and success, every situation really presents its own challenges. So trying to do what was done in Caracas, there's an element of an aggravated element of difficulty trying to do something like that in Tehran. So, you have to look at the situation on the ground here and try to match the military options to the situation and the effects that we're trying to create.